Baseball is dead.
Rest in peace.
Baseball is out of here.
I mean, I kind of feel bad. I feel bad about the timing. Because the last time we did a podcast, the Phillies were up 2-0. We were planning on recording Saturday night anyway, and the Phillies win again. It's like we don't even like the D-backs deserve the song to open the show. Like
they won the weekend series.
They lost tonight. Like that's not fair. That's just not fair.
They won the weekend series.
It's not fair. I don't know. Jake, what do you think? Is it fair?
Maybe we give the D-backs fans just a sprinkle of their song.
Yeah. Does anyone know what the D-backs song is? I mean, they came at Dallas. They came back and
doing the wave. They were doing the fucking wave, Jared.
Dallas,
come on.
We are guilty of this, but I said, what can they even do? And you're like, there's fucking nothing that they can do. And then they tied the series 2 games up. So this is the D-backs. They tied it for a second, though. Snakes alive. Snakes alive, baby. I mean, listen, it's only fair. I mean, come on. Like, how are you supposed to sit here and not give
it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple because they got worked. I mean, look, the fact that they've made it a series, that was exciting. We talked about both series.
Yesterday was one of the most exciting days of playoff baseball that I've seen in quite some time. Am I wrong?
Incredible. No, yeah. I said it. The series, both of them went from boring to bonkers like
real quick.
Right now.
Yeah.
Right now. You went from boring. This is over. Almost not competitive. Like close games, okay. Not a ton of action.
Yeah.
And then holy shit.
And then holy shit, what?
Both series just blew up.
Like fucking... like Bobby Dynamite Dallas!
Whoa! Let's go! Bobby Dynamite! All aboard at Minute Maid! My God! Woo!
What a series. What a series is going on over there, down there in Texas. It's just, it's a Texas Bowl. I'm fine with it.
That was unbelievable. Hey, Jared.
What's up? What? Want to talk about some meat?
And we'll meet on that boat still, Jared. There's a little.
You know what? Shut up.
We'll meet on that bone, bud.
We're not talking about that series and shit. We're still in the NLCS. That's where the juice is. For right now, I don't know. I've been a flip flopper this postseason. Like first, I was hyping up the ALCS, and then it's like, how do you not get down with the NLCS? How do you not love this shit? I'm into whatever game is on, Dallas. And by the way, last night when it was like both games were on at the same time, like it was like 6-5 in the 9th inning in the NLCS, and then they were all just like, oh yeah, here's the Astros, or it was the other way around. I can't remember, but they were both tight games, and one game started after the other, and I was like, you need to fucking pause, bro.
I don't think I blinked. I don't think I blinked from like 3 o'clock in the afternoon to like 9 at night.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It
was
like
a lot.
That's the kind of shit, and I think you said it initially. We were all thinking like, man, I just, I need something. Game. I'd like to see. Well, it's not again because it's not. I mean, there was some blowout, but the games were close per se. The games, but I mean, there were some close games, but there just wasn't that action. There wasn't the back and forth. There wasn't that big critical moment where you felt like, all right, if the game changes or like this is the moment right here, right now. There just wasn't that. And then the next 2 games unfolded. Last night happened, or yesterday happened, and it was just incredible, man. It was incredible. We're starting with the NLCS because that was the game that was played tonight. But game 5 of the ALCS, that is everything that we could have asked for and more. That was drama. That was the juices were flowing. There was some bad blood. There were homers. There were Jared. Dudes everywhere have abandoned their pre-workout and they're just going to play that game 5 on loop every day before the fucking gym sesh and just rage. I mean, if you can't get excited about postseason baseball, watching that and just the ebbs, the flows, I mean, that was like championship rounds watching a fight unfold. Like both guys kind of peeling themselves up off the canvas after big blow, and you're just not quite sure who's going to land the last one. Are they going to get up off the canvas? What's it going to look like at the end? It was fucking incredible. I mean, is there anybody more cold-blooded than Jose Altuve right now?
No, and all right, you know what? We need public breaks. I feel like we're just getting like a chubby right now. And
you put on 7 different fucking songs and like we don't know what's going on. I don't even know these songs.
Yeah, that's my fault.
Hey, what game are we talking about?
I got a rave right now.
Yeah, you know what we're gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about the DraftKings Sportsbook. That's what we're gonna talk about because things are heating up at the ballpark. The playoffs are underway and the chase to crown champion is on. With DraftKings Sportsbook, you won't miss a moment of the baseball action. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on baseball. Plus, all customers can take a crack at a sweet payday with DraftKings same-game parlays. String together multiple bets from a single game for your shot at a major payout. So what are you waiting for? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the promo code Jared, Jared. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on baseball. Only on the DraftKings Sportsbook with the promo code Jared. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In Massachusetts, call 800-327-5050 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Kansas, call 1-800-522-4700. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, 21 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after insurance, opt-in, and 10-plus leg requirement for 100% boost. Eligibility, wagering, and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/baseball terms. I'm going to ask you guys this question. You answer it honestly. I'm going to start with Joseph. After the Philadelphia Phillies went up 2-0 at the bank, and then they head on over to Phoenix, and they lose the first 2 games, was any part of you concerned about the Phils?
When they
lost
won their... Oh, they lost next to... Was I... Nah, man, not really. A little bit. There was part of you. They started bringing up Garrett Stubbs quotes. We're gonna go swimming in the water. It would have been a bad look. I think Phils fans got a little nervous, but at the end of the day, you knew the Snakes had to win tonight. You knew it. Mm-hmm. Phillies, even if they lost tonight, they were going back to the bank. So 2 close games, but it's been the Philly series the whole way through.
I mean, tonight could have gone either way. I mean, obviously Wheeler is a dog out there, and Gallen, Gallen's nasty too, but it's not. He hasn't been untouchable in this series. They've been.
Oh well, Schwarber and Harper they
jump.
Well, it was the lefties. I tweeted out the first. I mean, when the damage was done, it was the 3 left-handers, Schwarber, Harper, and Stott, who had the 6 knocks, who had provided all of the punch.
Yeah,
Brennan Marsh was the only lefty out of the 4 that didn't have a hit. So I mean, the left-handers.
Marsh had a hit. He went the other way.
No, against Gallen. Against Gallen.
I thought that was against Gallen. That was when they shifted him way the fuck over, and he just. Boop.
Yeah. No. Who are talking about? Schwarber?
No, I'm talking about Marsh.
Mr. Marsh.
Yeah, that was later in the game, right?
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's been a night.
Either way, Harper and Schwarber are killing that guy. And when you said they jump him, that's like the best way to describe it. Like Harper's swing on that, like so it's like batting practice. Yeah. It is aggressive. It's like I thought when he hit that, I was like, that is the furthest home run I ever hit in my life. I've never seen a ball hit that far.
That's Bryce Harper. He must have just watched a video of somebody smoking a piñata because he was like, that's a great swing. I'm going to take that out there and see what I can do with that. And he hit it 440 fucking feet. That ball, I mean, you want to talk about bad intentions. That was a violent, aggressive, I am angry.
Dallas used to bring this up all the time. Back in the day, you used to be able to request the pitch location and the speed. That Bryce Harper home run was like, he was like, all right, right here, a fastball. And then he put it exactly where Bryce wanted it. He just fucking clobbered it. Like that there was so much bad intention behind that swing.
And to watch both of those too, because Schwarber absolutely shat all over that.
This was farther
hammer.
Somehow.
Yeah, so here's the thing.
He's a fucking tank.
Well,
he's a big ass dude.
With just a little science behind it too. Again, curveball coming in, top spin. You clip that thing with backspin. That ball is going to take off, and it did. So Harp hit the heater, right? So a tightly backspun fastball as opposed to topspin breaking ball. So not quite. I mean, but those balls were hit so hard, and to see them, like so close to each other, like hit so recently, you're just like, oh my god, dude, it's done. This is over. I don't even care how many they're worth. 1, 2, 7. Like just the violence behind both of those. Those are like daggers through your heart. And you can see Gallen just sort of, he let the ball go. And there's times where, because I've said it, like, fuck you. I've never watched a single homer I've given up go out of the ballpark. I'd love to believe that myself, but I know you whack and you just kind of, you almost ride it out of the park too. And you can see Gallen just go damn.
You know what he looked like? If there's anyone out here with video editing skills, the home run to Bryce Harper, he reacted exactly how I did when I gave up the home run to Bregman. It was one, like the delivery and the look to see where the pirouette to look where it was going was all one fluid motion. Like, listen to the sound of it.
Harper, another drive. How far will it fly? Schwarber and Harper do it again.
Yeah, I mean, if you if you look at the Bregman video and look at the Bryce Harper Zach Gallen home run, it's almost identical. Where it's all one motion. Like you're delivering the pitch and spinning around as you go to look at where this baseball is landing.
Play that sound again.
The Harper one?
Yeah.
Harper, another drive. How far will it fly?
It was
Schwarber and Harper do it again.
It was destroyed. It was destroyed.
Listen,
what did Schwarber
kind of like this?
sound
Listen
like?
to this.
What? Oh. What do the Schwarber homers sound like?
High drive, way back, right field. Schwarber does it.
These balls are just swatted. And listen, the one thing that it's almost like, you know how at McDonald's the Coca-Cola tastes better at McDonald's than everywhere else.
It's a little fizzier.
The ESPN mics. How is that technology not throughout the league?
What do you mean? They just turn the volume up.
They do. Everybody has it. Everybody has it, and they just control the volume of them. That's it.
Then why isn't everyone else putting it on the volume that ESPN has?
It's too loud. It's
not.
Too much,
oh my god,
it is because, dude, you'll get a guy popping out to fucking lazy fly ball, and it's like, just a pop out.
It is true. And I'll tell you this, as an announcer, like you can request whether or not you want that volume or how high you want it, if at all, right? And there's times where if it's up when the game starts, you roll into town, it's a new setup, and they've got their shit on blast, and you hear that first like pop of the glove or the first hit, you're like, oh my god, like, buddy, that's a 4-3. Can we turn that down just a touch? It'll jump on you.
I gotta find. There was a home run. Ironically enough, Bryce Harper hit it off of Zach Godley, and it was an ESPN mic. And Jake, do you remember the nickname that I gave Godley to be able to find this fucking video?
I gotta go back.
Some stupid.
I mean, that sounds like if you go on YouTube,
Yeah.
you can look up like kickboxers chopping down bamboo with their fucking legs. Like that's what those sounds sound like. That's what the bat hitting the ball sounds like. Is some kickboxer's shins splitting a bamboo tree in half.
I need to find that video. It's that Bryce Harper home run is the that's like if you were to try to sell someone on the ESPN mics for home runs.
Yeah, or the fucking Shohei one against the White Sox.
Yeah.
That one's.
Yeah.
It sounds like a cannon.
It does. It really does. Man, that's going to piss me off now.
You'll find it. You'll find it later.
But I want to find it now, Dallas.
Hey, and I'd like for you to find it now. I'm sure the Diamondbacks would like to have found it now as well.
You think that they're done again? Are you going to go back to your original take?
No,
Is the meat on the bone?
Yeah, where's the meat?
I don't know.
Where's the meat
No, as far as this series, there is little to no meat left on this bone, in my opinion. Yeah,
You're done with the meat.
Snake's alive, bro.
No, I
Snake's
don't.
alive, dude.
No, the
Snake's
Phillies.
alive.
The Phillies right now are all getting fitted for snakeskin boots. Maybe a wallet, matching belt. I think that's where we're at right now.
Well, hey, maybe the Phillies took that plane ride to Arizona feeling pretty good about themselves, feeling really confident.
Look, hey,
It's gonna be a cakewalk. We went on the plane, got off the plane, got smoked 2 games. They're going on another plane
Joe.
ride, probably feeling the same way.
no.
Yep. Mhm.
We talk about this all the time. All the time. You lose the first 2 out of 3. That's terrible. But you win on getaway day. You want to know what that plane ride's like? It's beautiful,
It's good.
buddy. It's a great plane ride.
Yes, but I'm telling
And-
you, that's not good. That's not good because that's what happened after game 2.
No.
And they were too overconfident.
Joe, we're going home. We're going home.
They're even more
Back
confident.
to the bank, Joe. Back to the bank. You can
I'm just saying
take
psychology.
that to the bank. You can literally take it
psychology
to the
like
bank.
me.
That's where they're going. Come on.
They're going to the bank, but
Come on. You just
but can't you see?
absolutely skin
But
the
listen,
snakes
no,
at home.
no.
And now you're going back home. It couldn't be any better. It couldn't be any better.
No.
They're getting on the plane happy. It's a bad recipe for the Phils. We already saw it earlier this series. History repeats itself. That's the one thing they don't got going for them. Now, did I say that the Phillies already won the series basically in the first couple minutes of the podcast? I did.
Yeah, you did.
But it would be a shame not to mention the plane ride and being overconfident.
You got black.
And that motherfucking Garrett Stubbs wants to pipe up, bro. Hasn't played a game, dude. Shut up.
Hey, you need a hype guy, Joe. You need energy in there.
I know. I was feeling bad for him though, because like, imagine if the Phillies did just blow it after that quote, and this guy would be forever known. Dude, you played how many innings?
You know what?
You cursed the team.
You're probably like, look, dude, I didn't have anything to do with that. You know what I mean? Like, I was here for moral support. Like, look at the stats. Like, I didn't, you know what I mean? Sure, didn't get a hit, but I didn't get in the bat. You know.
I'm so locked in on finding this fucking video.
I couldn't tell.
I mean, it is. If I play it, you'll be like, yes, that was worth the wait.
I don't know. You're probably far past that at this point.
No, I'm not. Anyways, the Philadelphia Phillies winning tonight, headed back to the bank. What's the percentage that the D-backs can win a game? Not even the series, just a game.
42%.
That's strong. Dallas?
Man,
I'm a numbers guy.
I would like to think that that tonight's game just kind of slapped the Phillies back into focus. Like, all right, that was got a little crazy there for a minute. We lost 2 games in Arizona, but then we remembered who we are. We had our guy out there wheeling and dealing. Let's go back to the bank, take care of business here at home, get that extra day, and be good to go.
How important do you think it is now, depending on who wins in the ALCS? Like, it's almost like the bank gives them magical powers, but they don't have the same magical powers when they're on the road.
What do you mean? Like, is that going to be something that you think starts to develop
Or
maybe it's already developed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, again, I think winning the way they did the last game there in Arizona decisively, power packed, I think kind of erases, how things went in those first two games.
Yeah.
In Arizona. And though you're thinking, okay, they dropped the first two in Arizona, but they were able to come back again and win the way that they did, they're going to be fine.
I don't know. I feel like, we both called them dead, the D-backs. They made us look stupid winning the next two games. But it's just, there's something different when they're playing.
Do we even have pitching matchups? We even have probables?
Merrill Kelly versus Nola.
Yeah.
Kelly Nola?
Mm-hmm. That's going to be sexy.
Yeah.
Well, is that going to be the Merrill Kelly revenge game?
Yeah, he's going back to the bank.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you guys weren't loud enough the first time.
Well, see, this is where you hope that if you're the Diamondbacks, that Merrill Kelly's magic is not going to run out, and whether you choose to call his last outing magic, probably not, right? It's understood. But we've been talking about how he's
passable. It's good,
right?
Enough.
But not magical. No. But he has. And we talked about him against the Dodgers and doing what he did in his first time out, and now here again the second time. Just the way he's pitched here down the stretch, you needed this from Merrill Kelly. So you hope that sort of magic of him performing when he's taking the ball, you hope that hasn't run out. You hope that doesn't run out because you've got nasty fucking Nola on the other side of that coin.
He's got a sub-1 this postseason.
It's been tough tread at the dish against Aaron Nola.
To face Aaron Nola. Game 6 will be Monday night at 5 Eastern. And if necessary, we're going to get a game 7 as the headliner. That'll be the 8:00 game on Monday. But before there's got to be a game 7, there's got to be a game 6 on Sunday night between the Rangers and the Astros. What have been the biggest surprises to you? Because, you had a walk-off hit to win the first game there. We have to talk about Craig Kimbrell. If you're a Phillies fan listening to this, you're probably like, how the fuck did they make it 20 plus minutes into this podcast and not say a goddamn thing about Craig Kimbrell? As a Red Sox fan, and Jake, you can attest to this as well. Welcome to the Craig Kimbrell October experience.
As a Braves fan, you could say that's new for me. Guy was the best closer in the history of baseball in the Braves.
He led the league in saves every single year with the Braves. But for whatever reason, the wheels fell off in the postseason in 2018. The Philadelphia Phillies don't necessarily have a vintage Chris Sale to go to out of the bullpen, but they do have Alvarado, who luckily
did not pitch.
Did not pitch because of the 5-run lead tonight. That was huge. Not just winning that JT Realmuto home run may have been the difference maker in whether or not the Phillies go to the World Series.
What do you mean?
Because it gave them the cushion to not have to use Alvarado again.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think
they're going to get a day off tomorrow
because it was 4-1 at that point, right?
Motherfucker, and they had every night.
And they had who'd they have up? They had Dominguez up.
Sir Anthony Dominguez and Lorenzen.
Yeah, Michael Lorenzen. Because Strom was in the game. Matt Strom. Strawby.
He's been more than you could ask for. This guy.
He's been getting outs in the postseason, Joe. He's played a vital role in what the Philadelphia Phillies have done.
He's made a fan out of me. Tell you that much.
He's good. He's a good big leaguer. He's a good big leaguer.
He's a big leaguer.
I'd like to think that all big leaguers are good. Some people don't agree with that, but Matt Strom pitching his ass off right now. Mm-hmm. Pitching his ass off. Give me the lefty. Tommy.
Do you want to know what the biggest surprise, though? Because that's the original question. It's got to be Corbin Carroll going.
Not stealing?
Yep.
That's what I was going to say.
I was just going to say not getting hits. Not getting hits.
Well, who, I saw it. Oh, I think it was Cespedes. Cespedes Barbecue Because I was thinking, what have we not seen unfold that could be really one of the reasons this team is here? And is it the Diamondbacks and their willingness to try to create offense? Is it the Diamondbacks and allowing Corbin Carroll to do those things? And now I think the tweet at the time, if I'm remembering correctly, was 43. Corbin Carroll has been on first base for 43 stealable pitches, is how they phrased it, and has not gone at all. Not one.
Why do you think that is?
Oh man,
Is that
They're
them
playing for homers.
analytics?
well,
It's got to be analytics.
but here's why I didn't want to just say that out loud first and just quickly, because I automatically have to go back to how I've sort of labeled each manager in the postseason and what they have to deal with. The two lists. It's the two list rule. Do I make the decision that is handed down and communicated with the front office? Do I make the decision from that list? Because if we fail and I make the decision from that list, we're good to go. I don't have to answer any questions because we made that decision. But if I make this decision from the list of my baseball gut and that fails, well, now I have to answer to the front office. I have to answer to everybody as to why I didn't go with what the numbers were telling us to do. And that decision could very well lead me out the door, let alone
it's the complete opposite. It's the complete opposite for the Phillies. They steal every time they're on first.
Well, and
Bryce Harper has 3 steals. Schwarber got caught stealing.
And if
Was
this
that today or yesterday? So Schwarber's stealing. Everybody's fucking stealing. But the D-bags aren't even stealing with the guy who steals more than basically anybody in the league.
Well, that's what I was going to say is when you have a guy who has done what Corbin Carroll has done, I mean, the dude stole fucking 50 bags, 55 bags, whatever it is. Like that's not just a guy that, oh, now we shut it down. This is a big part of what has helped create your offense for you. This is a big part of what his game is. So, I mean, like 25 and 50, the first time that this has happened for a rookie. And now it just disappears in the postseason.
Maybe it's just Real Muto.
Well, I mean, Real Muto, you got to understand, when you got a dude back there with a fucking 179 pop time, like, buddy, you're going to put a lot of greyhounds in the kennel, if you know what I'm saying. Them dogs just ain't going to run. And that could be a massive part of it. Because if you only have certain moments to create offense, and it's with Corbin Carroll on the bases, and he's not on the bases, when he is, you feel like you might need to wait around and hope for that big homer, that 2-run, maybe 3-run blast, because is the 1-0 how we're going to win this game? I don't know. Probably not. Not against that team.
No. And then you saw the only time the Phillies lost is when they don't hit homers. Those 2 games. Schwarber hit 1 yesterday. That was the only homer they had in the game.
5.
I'm saying the 2 games the Phillies lost, they hit 1 home run. There was a Schwarber home run. So that's like the main difference. Even if they're stealing, like the Phillies have been stealing their asses off. Yeah. But nobody's saying, oh, the Phillies are really playing good small ball. That's why they're here. So they've hit 70 home runs.
That really is all it takes, though. Like we said that at the beginning of the postseason, the teams that pitch well and hit homers, those are the teams that are moving on. And the D-backs did that in big fashion against the Dodgers. That's how they beat them. They fucking pitch well and hit homers. And now you're seeing the Phillies do that. The games one of the games the D-backs won. I mean, obviously it was a more tightly contested ball game in Game 3. But the teams that pitch well and hit homers, those are the teams that are going to have the most success in the postseason. And who was it? Max?
Put it like this. How about this? So the Philadelphia Phillies have 15 stolen bases over this postseason, and the Diamondbacks are second with 8.
Phillies are going for it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few reasons why the D-backs are behind in the series. I mean, you could argue that it's, I don't want to say a miracle that it was tied at all, but even a dude like Christian Walker, we haven't really seen much from in this series.
Nothing.
Granted, I mean, he's obviously much better against lefties. It's not like the Phillies don't have any lefties coming out of the pen, but that collision, the Moreno collision at home
Oh.
plate tonight. I didn't put out a poll because I was like, I don't want to even see the results. Like anyone that thought that there was any intent whatsoever, give me a fucking break. And I saw some of it in the replies of people being like, "Oh yeah, you reached this." Like, I think the number one gauge when anything like that happens to gauge intent, you can't fake immediate genuine concern. The second that he hit
Harper
him,
tried to pick him up.
Yeah.
He tried to like pick him up and roll him over. Like he was basically going to be like, yo, whoever's coming around third, just fucking stay there. Stop. All right. We're all done here. The ball's dead. Let's check on this guy. Let's check on Moreno. Like you could tell that that's where Harper's mindset was.
Yeah.
And here's because I tweeted out, like the only thing that the dude could do was brace himself, brace for impact, because the shitty throw took Moreno right into the path of Harper. And as somebody who worked very closely and had a very close relationship with the late, great Ray Fosse, who widely known for the Pete Rose collision in the All-Star game, Pete Rose was barreling down the line. Pete Rose threw an elbow into Fosse, and the picture shows it. Like Pete Rose's elbow is like this, like coming through, fucking clearing out Fosse. All right. Bryce Harper's left hand ends up hitting Moreno in the face because he's throwing his hands up, like bracing, like getting ready to he's getting ready to hit the slide, getting ready to brace for impact because he sees Moreno coming at him, like he's going to put his hands up, because you don't just slide in like this with your entire torso exposed when you see the catcher starting to move into your path, because catchers will drop a knee on your ass and take you right out of your lane. Right. And that's ultimately what that throw was leading to, was Moreno coming into the lane and Harper having to brace for impact. That's all that was. Nothing more than that.
I just can't believe that play worked. Just steal second, then guy at third goes home.
And
that's such a fucking little league play.
Well, and it's why are you, if you're going to just get the out at home, meaning take care of the batter, why are we throwing it? Why are we throwing it? Why?
Right. You never know. Well, I guess the reason to throw it is that you get a guy Cattell to see he's going, cuts it off early, gets the runner home, which they had time to do. Bad throw. Harper was cooked. Harper was done, but it was a terrible throw.
And you know what? When you think about it that way, that very well could have ended up being, well, not necessarily a blunder per se, but the second instance in which Bryce Harper on the base path has put himself in a precarious position.
Mm-hmm. He's an aggressive baseball player.
Yep. For sure. Love every minute of it.
Especially on the base pass. That's just been Harper since literally the first game he played in Major League Baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just aggressive on the base pass.
You see, he's the oldest player to steal home in a postseason game since Jackie Robinson.
Okay, yeah, good. That's not stealing home. So,
and
can move on.
Called it
it's not. Yeah. It's definitely not. Doesn't count. But that's cool.
Yeah. That's just that was my whole head scratcher with that thing is we've got, because how early in the game is that?
The
second inning?
Yeah.
If Harper was on the bases at it.
Second inning? That was
first inning.
First inning? Second inning?
Talking about the collision play?
Inning.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, first inning.
That was the first inning.
Yeah, we've got, and there's 2 outs.
There's 2 outs.
Why are we throwing it? Why are we throwing it? Why? Yeah. Put it in your back pocket and let's get the out. Put it in your back pocket. Let's get the out. And that right there, another example of what I mean when I say force the action / what's your job at the plate? Put the ball in play. Why? Because simply asking 2 major leaguers to play catch resulted in a run. That's all that was asked. I'm going to throw it to you. You catch it, throw it back to me. We'll get this guy out. Couldn't do it. Didn't execute. Run.
I'm going to ask you to fill in the blank, Dallas. If the D-backs lose this series, it's because blank.
The Phillies overpowered them.
Yeah. I mean, all 3 wins have been convincing.
Because the Phillies just overpowered them. And that's in all phases. I mean, what, Wheeler? How many punch outs that guy got right now? 34 some odd whatever to 2 walks this postseason?
Yeah. 8 more tonight. 7 innings. 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned, 1 walk, 8 tickets.
Wheeler is just out there undressing folks.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, you got Nasty Nola on the tit 2 days from now, buddy. It ain't getting any easier.
It's funny too. Like the pitchers who shut down the Phillies were the starters. Joe Mantiply and the Fotbot came in there. Like, when they have the 2 aces, they come in and they get shelled. It's insane.
Yeah, crazy. Well, and you know what? Like, they were talking about the big difference in the way that Gallen was, and you could see like approaching them, and as opposed to how he was attacking them early his first outing, right? Maybe some more fastballs early, and maybe more breaking balls a little earlier. Second time around, just trying to give them a different look. So now you're getting away from maybe doing what you like to do, which is establish something, and you're doing that because you're trying to give them a different look. But if things aren't landing early, things aren't working out, and now you've got the opponent who's almost kind of looking through your clear battleship board like, well, how do you know where everything is? You just keep getting hit after hit after hit. What's happening? And that's what I mean. Phillies just on both sides of the baseball, man, when they've won, have won convincingly. It's been overpowered.
Joe, same question. If the D-backs don't win this series, it's because
they didn't have the magical power juice. I mean, Dallas is saying like the better team is the Phillies. So if you're gonna blame it, it's hard to blame anyone, right? Because it's like, this is what's supposed to happen.
I think the answer is simple. I think it's if the D-backs don't win the series, it's because they didn't play their game. They didn't play their game.
What's their game?
I mean, causing chaos on the base pass. They haven't done that. There's been, I mean, like the fact that Corbin Carroll has not stolen a base after
the problem with
50
that.
plus
the problem with that
is
the problem is that with that. Sorry to interrupt, but I have to be the smart guy in the pod right now. I have to be Jay Hay. Okay. Say, actually, the games they lost were like blowouts. The games they won were tight games. So if it's going to be base running and putting pressure, that stuff, that's not going to like make the difference when you lose 6-1.
That's not necessarily, it's the butterfly effect. Like if you're scoring runs early, then different pitchers are used later in the game. Like there's no way to know that it would be 6-1 if you had scored 3 runs early. It's you manage the game differently with different arms.
You hate to put it on a single player, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying just. I mean, that stands out though.
Well, no, I mean it's not only the not getting on base, or it's not only the not stealing bases, but it's creating those opportunities.
Right.
That has to happen, and if that's not happening, well, like you won 84 games.
Yeah.
Let's pump the brakes for just a second. You're an 84 win club. All right. You didn't win 98 games. You didn't blow your division out of the water. Like none of that happened. So let's not get crazy here thinking that you should be lock and step with quite possibly the most powerful team in the, well, not quite possibly, clearly the most powerful team in the postseason. Like I just, it's one thing to get excited, and it's one thing to get yourself back to even at home, ready to get on the airplane with a 3-2 lead. That would be a hell of a story for the Diamondbacks. That's just not how things have unfolded.
Yeah. And I saw someone being like, oh, like Zach Gallen like didn't show up in this series, blah, 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 blah. The first start, he gave up 3 home runs, but they were all solo shots, right? So he gave up 3 runs. It wasn't a shit start, but it wasn't a dominating start either. It was a winnable game. So I don't know. I don't want to look back and say that Zach Gallen didn't show up, but when Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber just continuously take you to the moon, it's
Yeah.
Can't have
look,
that.
dude.
He did.
Outside of what outside of what Marte has done, and outside of what Moreno has done in the postseason, what else is catching your eye about what the Diamondbacks have done?
Alec Thomas came
Yeah.
up clutch last 2 nights.
Yeah.
Like 2 bombs.
Mhm.
That was a great. That was a pinch hit. He came in and pinch
Yeah.
hit. Beautiful managing.
He's got 4 home
Beautiful
runs in the
managing.
postseason.
But so those things have happened almost independent. Like these performances have happened independently of other performances. Like they haven't been able to compile them. Like the productivity from Marte, it's been Marte and we have Thomas of the 2-homer game, and then Moreno, who's hit 3-4 homers this postseason. But they've kind of come at different times, and they haven't really allowed them outside of the 2 games in a row to build that big momentum or have that big moment. Like the Thomas moment was fucking incredible.
Right. Dude started the year at AAA. Now he's just launching homers in the postseason.
Yeah, and he comes to the plate. I'm like, Corbin's up. And it's like, oh, no. It's right. He swings just like Corbin. They got a couple not miniature, but they got clones, a couple Corbins.
I mean, what's like how things have gone this series specifically for those 2 guys, though? That's kind of what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think either guy's hitting 200. I don't think Corbin Carroll might be barely hitting 100.
Well, Corbin Carroll was on fire up until this series. Like I think he was like leading the big leagues in the playoffs. I'm not even one of the top hitters through the wild card series against the Dodgers. Everyone on the Diamondbacks are hitting the Dodgers, but Corbin was hot. But something happened. He went to the bank. You know what happens when I get to the bank.
You know what?
Poisonous food, probably.
Let's pull it up. Here's the. Okay.
Oh, you know what I forgot?
What do you got?
In game, it was game 4. Yeah, in game 4, that ball that Gurriel caught at the wall, was that JT or Turner?
Ramuto?
Yeah, it was both of them. So in game 4, they both hit balls to deep left that would have been home runs at the bank.
Yes. That were not.
But they're not.
humidor.
They're not.
Not
They're
in
not
the
at Chase
humidor.
Field. No.
Yeah, no. Okay, so here you go. Just listen. This was my point. Thomas this series hitting 182. Carroll hitting 105. Evan Longoria 083. Tommy Pham 077. That's the kind of lack of Gurriel 211.
Is this a
There's
case
been
of
nothing.
they are who we thought they were?
Christian Walker 118.
It can't happen. Yes or no? Is it they are who we thought they were?
Yeah, that they've overperformed him. Like being 3-2 right now at this point in the series, I feel like that's an overperformance and like what we expected going into this.
Yeah.
Or especially after the first 2 games.
Yeah, would you think that this team would have 2 wins under their belt against the Phillies with those kind of offensive numbers that I've talked about? They've hit 3 homers in this series. 3 homers in 5 games.
It made them count.
That was my whole point, is that the moments have happened at the right time. They haven't been able to kind of put them together to create that big run that they need.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just probably because they're not that club.
They're not that guy.
Snakes alive, though. They are alive.
Listen, snakes are alive.
Dude, and there's nothing to say that they're not a big homer away. There's nothing to say that Moreno can't run into a big one in the 8th inning.
I'm just saying that if it goes to a game 7, that might be the loudest venue in baseball history.
I mean, imagine if they lose them both at the bank, like how fast that narrative just switches. Like, what the fuck happened, dude? We got everyone, Philly's crazy, next level, you can't beat us. And you lose 2 to the Snakes alive, come in, beat your ass. The fought bot, game 7. Nah.
Joe, that would be the very definition of getting snake bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know Dallas was enjoying watching Brandon Pfaadt do his thing.
No. Ifadi.
Yeah. Probably watching them snakes drinking an ice cold blue moon, I bet.
Blue moon.
Yeah, because even under the bright lights of the playoffs, Blue Moon Belgian style wheat ale is the beer that's made brighter. Blue Moon was born in a ballpark for baseball fans, first brewed at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. From its bold, refreshing flavor to its beautiful bright color, Blue Moon is as iconic as America's pastime. Dallas, how many Blue Moons you put down tonight?
Tonight I've only had 9. Just 9.
Mooners.
One for an inning. One for an inning. Yep.
There you go. Look at that. With its refreshing flavor with Valencia orange peel for a subtle sweetness and hints of coriander. Blue Moon Belgian style wheat ale is a one-of-a-kind beer that's made brighter. It's carefully crafted and full-flavored with refreshing notes and a smooth, creamy finish. Blue Moon was brewed by baseball, so it's the perfect match for the playoffs. The crack of a beer, the pour, the first sip of bold flavor. Blue Moon always feels like a special occasion. Best served with its signature orange garnish to showcase its beautiful bright color. A beer this good only comes around once in a blue moon, but you can enjoy it all through the playoffs. Brighten up the baseball playoffs with Blue Moon Belgian style wheat ale. It's one of a kind every time. Check out shop.bluemoonbrewingcompany.com for fresh baseball merch and visit get.bluemoonbeer.com/rocket to find Blue Moon delivery options. That is get.bluemoonbeer.com/rocket. Blue Moon, made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado Ale. Okay. Now, on to the American League Championship Series, which will resume, if you're listening to this on Sunday, it resumes tonight. You'll be watching the Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers as the series heads back to Houston, 8 p.m. Eastern start on Fox Sports 1. It'll be Nathan Eovaldi versus Framber Valdez. But before we get into where the series is going, we got to talk about where it's gone. And I would say it's fucking gone off the rails. No pun intended. This sucks. This sucks, Dallas. You know, I'm just gonna say it right now. This is not where we want to be.
I'm not used to you starting the Rangers talk like this.
I'm just
Cowboy.
That's not what it sounds like.
You know what that is, Jared? That's the fucking buzzards circling, bud. And you know what happens when buzzards land? They get to picking.
Okay.
They get to picking. Mm-hmm. The only reason the buzzards came, Jared, there's still a little meat left on that bone, bud. Still a little meat left on that bone.
Yeah. So basically what you're saying is you're afraid of Nathan Eovaldi.
I'm not terribly excited about Eovaldi.
This series is going
with the ball in his hand right now. Yeah, it does. Unfortunately, it feels like it's got 7 written all over it because really Eovaldi, it feels like he's walking into Minute Maid tomorrow.
And he owns that bitch too.
And he's ready to look, it's 200 pitches is what I have in the tank. So don't you know what? Actually, here's what I'm going to need from you, Boach. Why don't you tell the bullpen to pull up a fucking seat in the dugout? Because I want to high five each and every one of them on the way in and out of the dugout all 9 innings. Because I'm not coming out of this game. That's the mentality that Eovaldi's coming into the ball game with. And yeah, frankly, that's a little unsettling if you're an Astros fan. It fucking should be.
Nathan Eovaldi pitched in Houston in the ALCS Game 3, 6 innings. 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, got the win. And then he came out of the bullpen in Game 5 just to say, fuck you. He got 4 outs, 1 hit, no runs, got the hold in a win. That was the clincher. And then he pitched in Houston again in the ALCS Game 2 in 2021, 5 1/3, 5 hits, 3 earned. And then he pitched in Game 6 in Houston, 4 1/3, 5 hits, 1 earned.
So he's made 3 starts in Minute Maid, right?
In the postseason?
Overall?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one of them was out of the pen, so 4 starts, right?
Yeah. 4 starts. Because I'm looking at his numbers at the ballpark specifically.
Yeah, I'm just looking at postseason.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like 4 starts.
That's That's weird. It says 4 starts, but see, like here against at Minute Maid, just 3 starts.
They don't put the postseason starts.
Yeah.
So in 3 regular season starts, old Nate Dogg rocking a 2.95 over 18 in the 3rd innings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
the other side of the coin with Valdez, not so good.
Not so good
recently.
as of late. Evaldi has allowed 4 homers in those 3 starts. But postseason Nate, completely different animal.
different guy.
Different dude. Different dude. Frommer is should scare you. Scares me right now.
If you're an Astros fan, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
That's unnerving. It's unnerving how quickly things have turned for him and how they haven't gotten better.
Things are turning for everybody right now, Dallas. I don't know that because here's the deal, right? We can go over these Nathan Eovaldi numbers in the postseason, specifically in Houston, and they can look all great and grand. But at the end of the day, that Texas Rangers bullpen scares the fuck out of me. Like the absolute fuck out of me.
And it should.
Like imagine you get a fucking 3-1 lead. You call on Chapman. He walks the first dude. Next dude's gonna be a righty. Bang! Now it's a tie game. You bring in. I mean, you're not going to your closer there. Like here's a recipe for a heartbreaker. I mean, I don't know how you get worse of a heartbreaker than Game 5
than what you just had to wear.
Yeah.
Well, here's how it goes: is you don't get what you need to get from Nasty Nate, and then you start having to run out who? Martin Perez.
Yeah,
Martin Perez, come on down.
Heaney.
John Gray, come on down.
Yeah.
Dane Dunning. Like how quickly that's the thing is I don't want to that signals how quickly and Boch is not going to mess around. He is not going to mess around. Like the minute that water starts to get hot, the minute it starts to boil, Nate coming up out of there. Done or not, like we ain't going to wait around to find out. And that almost starts to signal the beginning of the end because you're not getting to this Rangers bullpen early in a game with any confidence of how that's going to turn out.
No, that's why you can't do it. That's why Nate's got a longer leash than probably any other dude right now.
Like the only, I don't want to say the only hope, but one of the brighter spots would be getting to Spores and maybe getting like multiple, maybe the biggest workload out of him that you've gotten all year. And he's able to
Spores shut the doors, baby.
Oh, I love you, Joseph.
He's been lights out.
That's what I mean. Like maybe you can get that from him.
How many outs do you think Nathan Eovaldi is going to get in Game 6?
Ooh. I want to put him down for 18-19.
That's right around where you should be, I think.
That's what I'd be thinking.
That's what you should be thinking.
And honestly, Jared, because of everything we've just said,
that
doesn't mean that the Rangers are winning that ball game. That just
Correct.
means that he is
Nate
out
showed
there.
up.
To my point, that Nate's there, and here he goes. This is what I got. I got 200 pitches, and if it looks like this is going to be the last game we're playing this year, then you're going to get all 200 of them. But here you go. You know? So, yeah, I could see him just sweating out 120, 130 out there.
Here's the deal. He's going to fucking go 6 1/3, 1 earned with 5 strikeouts in Game 6. And guess who's closing it out in Game 7? Nathan Eovaldi. He's going to be like, listen, dude. Yeah, I saw what you fucking slapdicks did out of the bullpen. Like, no. These are my outs.
Yeah, he could very well just go old Little League school. And look, I'll start this thing. Okay, I'm going to go have a cigarette or two, grab lunch, and I'll be back for the 8th and 9th if I have to. All right?
Yeah.
So, but it gets interesting, though, if they win tomorrow, like who they pitch Game 7, because I guess it would be Scherzer.
You can't start Scherzer in Game 7.
Scherzer, Game 7 Scherzer.
You can't.
But like, who the fuck else are they going to pitch?
Scherzer is out of the pen. Honestly, man.
Like Heaney
I would
it would be
start
like
Martin Perez as an opener. I would try and get 6 outs from Perez and then switch it over to John Gray and then go to Scherzer for maybe an inning. Like he looked good in that first inning.
Who do they have? Who do they have that they could maybe call on? Who's playing catch at the complex right now? Who's that they could say, hey, look, Max, you're toast for this series. We're gonna put you on the IL.
An inning, one
We're
inning.
gonna shelve you.
No, he can give you an inning. He looked good in that first inning. He did. It was a very solid 1 inning of work.
Dallas said he was high on drugs. He told you he's gonna look good for the first inning, and he's gonna get dumped.
If it is
adrenaline dump,
if it's Game 7 in Houston, I'm gonna do my best to piece it together and bullpen the Astros to death.
You have no choice. You have no choice. Great, high five.
Someone.
That's your only fucking option, pal.
There are multiple dudes that can give you length, but do you trust them to? No.
yeah.
Well, no. That's that mindset applicable in June. Sure. This is October, and this is our last game.
This fucking Game 7. Here's Dane Dunning, Martin Perez,
it's funny because
Max Scherzer and Nathan Eovaldi.
Exactly. Yeah.
They got more starters than anyone else by far. All those guys are starters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you got no problem with handing Cody Bradford the ball for 3 1/3, right? Getting you to Will Smith, right?
That's got to be the play. You can't. The one thing that I won't do is give Max Scherzer the start in Game 7. I will let him, if it's the 4th inning and we've already burned through 2 arms. It's like, all right, if it's the bottom third of the order, or somewhere in there, 6, 7, 8. Here comes Max. You try and just it's like trying to sneak into the house. It's like, all right, I'm just trying to get outs here. If I can get 3 outs and use Max, and that's 1 inning done with no damage, I'm happy to burn it, but he ain't starting for me. Can't do it. Can't have it.
Yeah, no, that's why. And again, it's not that the Bradfords and Will Smith. It's not that those guys can't get the job done. It's that you're not having them try to squeak through huge workload type outings at any point in time, and you're not even going to give your starters at this time of the year the opportunity to do that. What in the world makes you think that they would give that to lower leverage arms in the potential last game of the season? Right? I'm not saying that any of you think that, but that's just why it's so scary.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm geeked up for a Game 7 though. The Game 6 pitching matchup would tell you that we live to fight another day, and then Game 7 would tell you, because that's the old baseball cliche, is that it's all hands on deck for Game 7. Like, everyone's going in Game 7. Yeah, but back when that was said, you probably had some future Hall of Famer that was going to go 7 shut, and then you turn it over to your bullpen. I genuinely think that if this series goes 7 games, it is everyone's going Game 7, because you don't have another fucking choice, dude.
Nope. Yep.
Start Chapman. I'd start Chapman.
Chappie out of the pen.
He's got a 180 ERA this postseason. He's been doing really good. So.
He's been really wild. He's got to have
people don't want it.
180 ERA with a fucking 3 whip, I bet.
Yeah, but he
what's his whip, Joe?
He spun Jordan
1-4. Yeah, that's a crazy matchup. Every time that happens, that's just power
in Houston.
Power. Yeah, he hit a bomb off.
Yeah,
and then he struck him out last night. But I love that's a great matchup to watch.
Jordan
just Cuban power.
Yeah.
Cuban on Cuban power.
Power.
There's a lot of Cuban power in this series.
Yeah. Jordan could have potentially saved a life.
Yeah. Who would go for Houston in a Game 7?
See, Houston probably in a much better, not probably, 1,000% in a much better position
Javier?
To piece something. They could go Javier.
Who would be in line for that, Joe?
It would be Javier.
Who would be Javier started Game 3? I think so. Yeah, he started Game 3. So Christian Javier.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, what?
He's been beastly.
What are you talking about?
That's
I
not
fucking
good
told
for the
you.
Rangers.
Oh.
Okay.
Fuck.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, we both thought you said something else.
Yeah. Maybe the delivery. Probably the delivery. 100% the delivery.
I'm a Rangers fan. Why would I be concerned about the Houston Astros chances in a Game 7 against my Texas Rangers?
Is that weird? Is something the way you said you got misunderstood? Oh, that's weird. Oh, weird.
Dallas, you weren't misunderstood. You said I picked the Rangers and I picked the Astros. It's on
and
film.
Neither one of those is wrong. Those are both facts. See? Can we please talk about the discussion that has set?
You see the poll results?
Set the social media ablaze. No, hit me with them.
27,000 votes, Dallas. I tweeted, was Adolis Garcia hit on purpose? 26,960. Let's just call it 27,000 votes. 61% said yes. And the league said yes.
Sure did.
All 6 umpires said yes.
Because the suspension was handed down, which will be appealed, which means that it won't have to be served. Did I say it won't have to be served until the regular season? How is that possible? The Astros make it to the World Series. Why wouldn't it be served during the World Series?
Well, look, I mean, it's the end of the year. People are out of the office. It's tough to get everybody in one place to have these
Halloween's
meetings.
coming up.
Halloween's coming up. Hallows Eve, Jared. It's Hallows Eve.
No one loves Astros players more than Rob Manfred, your boy.
Come on, right? I mean, so look,
you can't suspend him for that.
You know, let's get to this winter meetings. We can absolutely get to. We'll have everybody in the same place.
Rob Manfred suspends Astros players from Christmas. He'd be like, "Yeah, you guys are suspended." Gosh, you can't show up to FanFest this year.
Well, they did that in the lockout, remember?
What?
Those fuckers couldn't have Christmas dinner together.
Oh,
One guy was a player, one's a coach.
Yeah.
Can't even talk.
I forgot about that. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, I remember that.
It's been done.
All right, so let's lay out the normal people takes before we get to the Dallas Braden former player take. I have to believe in my heart of hearts that it was not intentional, but I think he was. I think he like subconsciously did it. like I think when he saw Adolis Garcia hit the home run, 3-run bomb, Texas Rangers take the lead off of Justin Verlander, Hall of Famer, teammate that everyone loves. He probably like had visions of like, I'm going to drill this motherfucker. And then you're down in the series, or the series is tied. You're not going to put a second runner on. But he's like, but if I had the chance, I would drill this motherfucker. I think he wanted to. And then because he was thinking about it so much that he just manifested it. I don't think that he intentionally. Does that make sense? I don't think he intentionally did it, but I think he thought about it so much that it just like was like, oh fuck, and then he hit him. Like I think that's what happened.
Well, I think they did it on purpose for sure, just because, and I think it's one of the craziest fire up the boys moves of all time, and one of the ballsiest moves. If they did that shit on purpose, that is one of the ballsiest moves to put the guy on second with no outs. But. Listen, they have history, Jared.
They do have history.
We saw Adolis get in Machete's face earlier this year in July. Mm-hmm. We saw him hit that home run, get a little excited. Okay. I think Machete told the pitcher, hey, bro, hit this fucking guy. Who cares? We're going to get out of it. Hit this guy. Get him riled up. Get him fucking pissed off. Fire up the boys. And that's what they did. They nailed him. And then it worked to perfection. And then they had Dusty go out there. What? Like fucking protesting for 30 minutes, like not leaving the dugout. Iced the crap out of Mr. Leclerc. Mm-hmm. Iced him.
Joe Leclerc.
He came out the next inning.
Bruce Bochy was pissed about that.
Yes,
yeah. It worked to perfection. One of the ballsiest moves and just beautiful, dude. That's Astros baseball. That is crazy. Because I think it's on purpose. All 6 umpires thought it was on purpose. All 6. First of all, I think it's bullshit that you would eject him because you can't fucking prove it, you dude. You know, like what is this?
Hey, it's
You can't eject
umpire's
them.
discretion,
You can't-
Joe. That's why they're there.
But you can't prove that. And even if he did do it on purpose, like kind of fine. Like I still don't think you should get ejected unless it's like at their head or it already happened or whatever. But like you can't prove it was on purpose. Shouldn't have been ejected. Either way, got ejected. Worked out perfectly. Astros. I mean, they've been in the World Series. They already know they're going to the World Series. They go to the World Series every year. Why not hit them? They just have confidence like that. The swagger.
So this is why it's really one of the most beautiful spots to be in that moment is if you are going to do it on purpose and you feel like you're going to be able to get out of it, you feel like that's going to be a fire up the boys type movement or whatever, then you better be able to answer, right? You better be able to ring that bell and answer that bell. That's why it's also easily said we would never do that in this situation because of the magnitude. We don't want to put any more base runners on. We're already down. Why would we want to do that? Why in the world would we want to do that, right? It's a plain and obvious defense, which is why when you have all 6 umpires come together and rule and decide, yeah, look, we all felt like it was then I have to ask you this. If a player absolutely covers a pitch the way he did, I have to do something to get him out. I can't continue to feed him pitches away or pitches up and out that he can lean out over and crush. I have to be able to establish inside. I have to prevent him from doing that. And you hear Abreu tell you, look, man, I'm trying to go hard fastballs, run it in, off against him so that I can throw the sliders away to get him out. That's what the heat map says. That's what the data tells us. That's the book on this dude. And with my stuff, that's how I have to get him out. So if I can't pitch in now, why? And that's where I wanted to have just or draw attention to a bigger conversation and its impact on the game and moments like this. This is what the old school is talking about when they talk about these huge demonstrative emotional moments like this and what it does. Why they feel like there isn't place for it in the game is because it leads to stuff like this. But what happens is Adolis Garcia gets drilled after hitting a homer off a future Hall of Famer, the biggest homer of his life. He should be having all of the feels, and he did, and he absolutely did. So when that happens, you're in a completely different headspace, right? But Adolis Garcia comes up his next at bat and gets drilled. And what was his first and immediate reaction? Was not to even look at the pitcher, but to look at Maldonado. Mm-hmm. But I ask you this, why? If he would have reacted the way Altuve reacted when he hit the even bigger homer, Altuve's third postseason go-ahead home run in the 9th inning or later, and Jose Altuve looked like he hit that home run on May 3rd.
Yeah.
And I ask you this, if Adolis Garcia would have reacted that way that Altuve did and comes up and gets drilled the next at bat, does it have that air or that sense of intentionality? Do all 6 umpires come together that quickly and go, nope, fuck him, that was on purpose? And does Garcia immediately look back at Maldonado and going, that was on purpose? Because you could almost go, why was that on purpose? Well, it was on. Was it on purpose because you hit the homer? No, it might have been on purpose because I took 17 seconds to get down the line. I stood there and threw my bat, and maybe that's why. And that's where the old school is coming from. When I say that right now, I'm not telling you that from my perspective. I'm trying to bring perspective to the moment. So now we fast forward to the postseason, where he should have the ability to emote. He should be able to throw his fucking bat and flip it and share that with his team, right? Mm-hmm. But because he did that, that now takes the ball out of my hand as a pitcher. Now I can't go in because he bat flipped. And if I go in and drill him unintentionally, it's deemed intentional because he bat flipped. I don't give a fuck if he bat flipped. He didn't hit the homer off me. I'm trying to get the fucker out. So now it takes it out of my hand. So that's just where that reaction can spill over and create the need to interpret things that are really difficult to interpret, especially when you have the emotion of the postseason going on. Because you mean to tell me that Jose Bautista needed to get drilled after his bat flip that shook the fucking Rogers Center, almost brought it down?
Yeah.
But if he gets drilled the next at bat, do we all understand why? Or does he understand why? He would probably tell you he understands why. And that's very different from him feeling like he deserves it or not. But him understanding is him just saying, yeah, I get that that's how this game is interpreted. And it's like, fuck, dude.
But it's also changed a lot since 2016.
For sure.
Feel like I thought we were past this, which is why I kind of leaned more towards stupid situation. I mean, it's a big fucking pivotal game in this series. You already have a runner on. Nobody out. Like, the situation didn't call for it. Like, I feel like in most situations, if you're going to tag a guy for pimping a home run like that in grand fashion, some of these guys get clipped in spring training. They're like, you know what? Fuck you. I remember that. Like, it hurts just the same in spring training.
And you want to know when it happens, Jared?
When?
Last game.
The last game of spring training?
Last game of the series, last game of spring training, last game of the season. If we're seeing each other in July and I'm not going to see you again until the Grapefruit League, buddy, fucking, we'll see you on getaway day. Get some ice ready.
Yeah.
And that's an old school approach, right? But that's why baseball players have memories like elephants. That's why Hunter Strickland said, Bryce Harper, I will see you when you are of legal age to drink, and then I will fucking drill you.
Yeah.
Like, I'll wait 3 years.
Yeah. And
you don't care. You did.
So where did you land on it? Do you think it was intentional?
I did not think that it was intentional.
Okay.
Simply because in that moment, you just can't afford to put your team in that situation. And I don't know Abreu to tell you that he's not willing to do that and doesn't give a damn. So my initial reaction from a tactical perspective is I want to believe that you're smart enough to not put more guys on base.
But don't you think that if there was even a doubt in MLB's head, they wouldn't suspend him? Like, they got to have some intel. Like, if all the umpires agree it was on purpose, MLB has the report. I don't know. Maybe they said something on the field. There was some jawing. I don't know what it would be. There's something obvious that's in the public right now would be like, yeah, he hit him on purpose. Like, obvious. Obviously, but he did pimp a home run, and they have history, and these teams have cleared in the past, and he's the best hitter on the team right now. I guess maybe Seager, but hottest hitter on the team.
Sure.
You don't really want to pitch to him anyway. He's hitting bombs every game. Hey, drill him.
Isn't that kind of the situation that you would do it in Dallas? The most obvious. It doesn't make sense to do it right now. It's like I'm hiding under the cloak of plausible deniability.
Yeah. Again, I mean,
it didn't work. Obviously,
it worked.
No, what do you mean? They won the game.
No, he got suspended.
Yeah. No, they won the game.
They won the game, but he got suspended.
They won. It didn't work. They won the game. That's almost just like saying, okay, you know what? Can't use him. He's down. We'll just chalk it up like he pitched 2 1/3, 3, and he's not available. Fuck it. All good.
I mean, it's definitely, I'm not saying it wasn't worth it, but he didn't fool anybody if it was intentional.
Yeah. I mean, that's just, I thought it was nice to see. I thought it was you for a minute, but it was Ben Verlander who was interviewing Justin Verlander.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, right after the game, it looked like, right?
Yeah, right after the game. Yeah.
Incredible access.
Did you see that he was wearing a cowboy hat?
No. Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's tremendous.
I gotta try that.
Man, that guy, trendsetter, huh?
During the interview?
No, not during the interview. I think that I don't know if that is. Would they have allowed that? Probably not.
No, not during the interview.
There's
unfortunately.
definitely Astros and Rangers beat writers that have been on the beat for like 35 years that definitely wear cowboy hats.
Oh, yeah. There's a guy, Tracy Ringlesby.
Sounds
Yes.
about right. Yeah.
Tracy.
Yeah.
Big Trace.
But yeah, I mean, like that's why I said it's a beautiful spot to be in, because if this is on purpose, why would I do it here? Why would I do it now? And in this situation, never that.
Didn't
Let's
work.
get out of this and then go win.
They just made it a little too obvious. I don't know. If he had hit someone else, it's like,
What do you mean obvious? You just said it wasn't on purpose.
I know.
Both you guys.
but,
That
like
was-
it's too much of a coincidence. It's too much of a coincidence.
I truly that's why I brought
Same
up what I
game,
did.
Same guy. I mean, how many guys have gotten hit in this entire series, and then it happens immediately after that? I'm just saying, you know,
But think about it this way. Again, what's the score at that point? 2-0
4-2
or 4-2? I was
Right?
saying they were down by 2.
when he got hit.
So
yeah, down 2.
yeah.
Yeah, down 2.
So if it's 4-2, you got a guy on, there's nobody out. I need to get this dude out. This is the reason why we're in this spot. He's the reason I'm in the game. And now, again, leading us back to everything I said about
bottom of the eighth, nobody out, 4-2 ball game.
guy on.
And it's fucking, man on first, 99 miles an hour.
It was a ballsy move for sure.
And it was the first pitch of the at bat.
That's so when you are trying to execute a certain pitch, especially when you've got the velocity and the run, the kind of life that Abreu has, like you are legitimately trying to run one up and in. You're trying to ride this fucking thing up and in on him. Why? Because he's going to be aggressive on something firm early. So here you go. My best, your best. Let's have at it. But if I'm going to get you out, it's probably going to be with those sliders away. How do I make that effective? Within the first 2 pitches, I've got to show you velocity and I've got to crowd you. I have to. Otherwise, a slider down and away, I'm going to have to throw 3 damn near perfect ones. Because the way he's seeing it right now, I hang one. We just saw what happens. It's 4-2 because of that.
I don't know. I can see it from both sides. I'm not saying I'm not picking a side. My side is I don't believe it was intentional.
But don't you think if MLB had the slightest little doubt, they'd just be like, okay, you're not suspended.
Well, I mean, that's why he got suspended for 2 games. He's already appealed it. So at most, it's going to be a game. It's like, we're suspending you a game based on suspicion. It's like being on probation.
He'll be suspended. Hey, can we, do you guys give me your prediction right now?
Mm-hmm.
Is he suspended? Does the suspension come down as early as game 6, or do they wait all the way until the regular season? Does he miss game 6?
I think
or does he miss opening day?
Yeah, I think they already said it. They're waiting until next season for him to serve his suspension because he appealed it.
Do we have that for a fact?
Maybe Passon said that, or Joel Sherman. Someone said it.
Because I thought there was just people wondering whether or not that was going to be the case. I hadn't seen anything.
Yeah, I don't think it was like official. But
yeah, because I mean that would be I would understand that people are wondering that or are potentially anticipating that.
So he would serve it now. If he gets suspended, it will be during the playoffs if they're in the playoffs.
no word yet on whether or not Abreu will appeal. If he does, his suspension will be on hold while that process plays out. An appeal does not necessarily mean that Abreu's suspension would be on hold until the 2024 season, by the way. Per the CBA, hearings involving a suspension in the playoffs must be heard within 48 hours of that appeal.
Yeah. So listen.
Oh, so put it like this: they'll either hear it tomorrow and he'll serve it game 6 and get it out of the way, which I think they very well could do. I think Dusty, if they have any sort of influence on this whatsoever, want to get it done expeditiously. That's what you do. Yeah, let's hear it tomorrow. Cool. Travel day. Great. Oh, it's a Sunday. Well, it shouldn't matter. It's postseason.
They're out of the office, I thought, dude. Holidays.
Yeah, it's Hallows Eve.
I think that's so dumb. Can't you just hit a guy?
Yeah.
There's no proof, Like, where's the proof?
No, that's what I'm saying. If you bat flip me first, guess that means that I can't pitch inside.
Yeah. Well, if you want tickets to that game 6 that he may or may not be suspended for, you shouldn't have to worry when you're buying tickets to your next big event. GameTime is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their best price guarantee, GameTime takes the guesswork out of buying tickets. Jake, you mentioned to me potentially going somewhere for the World Series. Would everyone else be going too?
Just depends if GameTime wants to foot the bill.
Yeah, GameTime. We're trying to go to the World Series. We went to the World Series. We went to the Division Series thanks to GameTime. But we're trying to go to the World Series. We're getting greedy right now.
Rangs.
See the view from your seat before you buy, so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. All-in prices show your total up front, so you know what you're getting. A great deal without the hidden fees. Buy tickets in seconds with just 2 taps. GameTime has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event and even an hour after it starts. It's the place to find last-minute seats. Find exclusive flash deals and sponsored deals on tickets for football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. With zone deals, you pick the section and GameTime picks the seats for an average of 18% savings. And the GameTime guarantee means you'll always get the best price. If you find tickets in the same section in a row for less, GameTime will credit you 110% of the difference. Download the GameTime app, create an account, use the promo code JARED, Jared, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem with your promo code JARED, Jared, for $20 off. Download the GameTime app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Okay, so you guys must be feeling pretty good about your pre-series picks then? I'm just saying team-wise, not in the number of games. I know Dallas can't lose technically, but Joe, you feel good?
Yeah, I switched to Astros in 7. So I'm Stros in 7, baby.
Stros in 7. Jay Hay was Stros in 7.
Like
Dallas was Stros in 6 and Rangers in 6. And in the Phillies series, I had Phils in 6, Dallas Phils in 5, Jay Hay Phils in 5, Joseph Phils in 4.
It's just amazing that the Astros, they're just never out of it. When I saw Altuve bunt with the guys on first and third, 2 outs, I was like, is that it? Like, I think that might have just ruined the Astros' whole vibe. And they'll never be a good team again because that was ridiculous. Yeah. And then they still won. No. Clutchest home run ever. Ballsiest move ever to hit the guy on purpose, put a guy in scoring position just to rattle their cage. And it worked.
It did.
Perfect.
I mean, that could have easily gone the other way if it was intentional.
Dusty's theatrics should not go overlooked.
Yeah, Dusty was not having it. He was like, you better throw me out of this fucking game so I can go water my plants.
Yeah.
Dude, he chucked his hat, bro. He chucked his hat. He's like, what the hell?
Oh, he was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
You could feel it.
I love Dusty.
Who doesn't love that? Do you see the clip of him high-fiving the boys coming in from the dugout? That was
beautiful.
That's a skipper. They like playing for that skip. That's a skip you want on your sideline.
Over under 0.5 Game 7s.
Over.
Over for sure.
Over under 1.5 Game 7s.
Over, baby.
You think the D-backs are going to win Game 6?
Snakes alive.
Snakes alive.
Come on, man. I know the bank is a powerful place, powerful and passionate place, but come on, man. It's the law of averages. You got to lose one eventually. You got to lose one.
Dallas?
That's the thing. Is like I feel like that's what could happen. Is if it's going to happen, that's going to be the game that goes 7. That's going to be the series that goes 7.
4-3 ball game. It's like
I got
Castellanos.
Corbin Carroll goes deep, 2 for 4, stolen bag.
Yeah.
His first stolen bag of the postseason. He hits a homer. He's just like, all right, now we go. And then heart's broken at the bank.
Yeah.
In 7.
There's this absolute dipshit Astros fan that tweets me every single day. And he's like, oh, you must be real heartbroken that the Stros are winning, blah, blah. It's like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? My pick is going to be wrong. Like if both series go 7 games, I will be very much pleased. I want to see a Game 7. Like, oh, my fucking pick of Phillies in 6 and Rangers in 6, it's not going to play out. Sad. Wrong. Or I can just
you're kind of
strap in and watch 2 Game 7s. Yeah. Give me that.
Well, you're kind of the Rangers guy, bro.
I understand that. Rangers in 7 is still just as good as Rangers in 6. As long as it's them Rangers.
You know what's worse is when it's not and it's fucking Stros at 6.
It's not going to
that's the problem with that logic.
No.
Could be Stros.
We're not going to lose 4 straight. We don't lose 4 straight.
It'd be a tough scene.
That would be tough.
You think they're going to wax them in 6 games, Dallas?
I think Fromber's been walking around with pumpkins for shoulders for the last fucking God knows how long.
This dude walked past Framber Valdez one time at the Coliseum coming out of the gym. And he's been pumping his tires ever since.
It was because he had just got his tires pumped. It was a fresh pump. I mean, the striations in his deltoids.
He's been ass, Dallas.
I know.
You've had it out for Nathan Eovaldi for decades.
No. Come on, I just blew him for 15 minutes.
This man has been trying to destroy the great name of Nathan Eovaldi for 15 years.
Never that.
Just say it's going 7. I mean, that's what the people want, right? At this point, you want, now that we've seen a fight, like we have to have a dramatic Game 7 conclusion to this Texas series.
It would be fitting. It's been this way this whole year. These teams,
they've been. Didn't they technically? They finished with the same record, right?
Yeah. Astros have the tiebreaker.
Yeah,
and then you could do the tweet. They played blah blah blah. How many innings? Played blah blah blah. How many games? Blah 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 blah.
And it all comes down to this:
1 game. What the hell even is this sport? It's crazy.
Who says 162 don't matter?
Right.
Let's play 200.
Yeah.
It's a war of attrition.
Honestly, yeah, I could take it or leave it with Phil's D-backs Game 7. It's a Game 7 at the bank.
Because what's gonna happen when it's fucking 10-2 at the bank and they're just absolutely mauling. They're just stomping, absolutely boot stomping with cowboy boots on a damn rattlesnake in the middle of a fucking deserted highway.
Yeah. Game 7, Schwarber's 3 for 5 with 2 bombs and a double. It's just,
Bryce Harper has somehow hit a ball through the wall, not even over it.
Yeah. I think the Astros Rangers deserves a 7th game. I don't know that I need a 7th game for D-backs Philly. I'm not going to complain if I get it, but don't need it.
Yeah, I think honestly, what would make the Game 7 is what Game 6 looks like. Is it exciting? Is it fun?
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I was a little stunned at the nature of the victories because the 2 games that the D-backs won, I was like, man, this feels like maybe the Phillies underestimated their opponent a little bit. They're like, oh, we just beat the brakes off them. Like we don't really have to go full bore. We can kind of like rest our players while we're playing the D-backs. Like we're resting our players to the World Series. And the D-backs are like, oh, okay. And they struck back a little bit. but not anymore. So, well, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. You guys have any final thoughts on these two series before we move on?
No. I just the Astros Rangers series has been it's turned out to be everything that I think we wanted it to be, and we're not done yet.
Mm-hmm.
I think Evaldi has a really, really great opportunity to take that postseason Nate legend and legacy to the next level.
I just wish it was Game 7 because he deserves that.
No, but dude, a Game 7 with Scherzer starting, that's gonna be better.
That's just gonna be a big wet fart. I can't have that. Not like this. Don't do us like that.
He's just gonna be in the dugout going psycho for the last 7 2/3.
I can't have that. I really can't. Anyways, what I can have is some ball spray. Yeah. Are you tired of the same old ball shit?
Ball shit. That's what they put in their read. That's what they're calling it now.
Messy powders and swampy
Ball
shorts. Then get ball spray by Dollar Shave Club. Do you like sports analogies, Dallas?
Oh man, they got my man out here slanging tangies and nut spray.
Well, here's one for you. Stop foul balls like the ones in your shorts with ball spray. Dollar Shave Club's ball spray is like a deodorant for your balls, Dallas. Made for men who don't want to deal with the discomfort of sweat and stink below the belt. Ball spray does not prevent sweat, but it can help once it shows up. Formulated to absorb moisture, reducing chafing, protect against odor, complete with a minty tingle finish to let you know that you're fresh. The precision sprayer makes application easy at any angle and helps your boys stay fresh and dry. Formulated without ball-busting ingredients like talc or zinc and is non-irritating. Oh, perfect. I know that was a thing for you, Dallas.
Yeah.
It's suitable for your family jewels. Get a fresh pair with ball spray from Dollar Shave Club.
That is wonderful.
Ball spray is sick.
Yeah.
I've been sent. I think they sent me ball spray, and yeah, ball spray is fucking sick. Feels really fucking.
It
good.
does, yeah. It's like once
Quite.
you spray it on, and you get like a little like woo, like it's obviously like
Yeah, it's like
cold out
it's
of the can.
it's refreshing.
Is there tea
But
tree?
I'm surprised they don't use that word in that because it's more
Is
refreshing.
there
Yeah,
tea
It's
tree
just
in
like
it? Do you know what tea tree oil is? Do you know what tea tree is?
no.
Oh, fellas. Yeah. Just go get yourself some tea tree oil.
Huh.
Lather down in the shower with that. It's soap. No, it's nothing. It's soap, and just
Tea tree.
tea tree. Like,
Tree.
yeah, and you thank me later.
I'm gonna have to look it up.
It's good stuff. But speaking of looking things up,
Yeah.
how's the old search for a front office going out in Boston? Before
When
we
did-
get to that,
What?
can we talk about what the fuck happened in Miami?
Yeah. I mean,
Can we talk about that?
Kim Ing being like, you know what? You want to put someone above me? Fuck
Nay,
you.
nay.
I'm out
Nay,
of
nay.
here. Yeah.
Nay.
I think I saw somewhere. Well, first of all, she's like the 10th person to turn down the Red Sox job, but I think I saw somewhere.
Well, yeah. Why? I mean, why
she-
wouldn't she? She's looking at the Red Sox like, "What? You guys? Hold
she just
on.
like had like
Are you
endless-
serious?
endless pockets and one of the best farm systems in baseball and one of the best managers in baseball. You think that that's not an appealing situation?
Well, no, not if you're Kim Ng, because she's
Why?
like, why? Well, hey, do you realize what I just did here? I put together a club and I constructed a team that just arrived in the postseason.
Yeah, the Marlins
what did I-
told her it wasn't good enough.
And what did I get for that? I got told that there was going to be somebody placed and inserted above me to maybe do the job that I had just done, which I guess wasn't good enough. So then she gets a call from the Red Sox and she's like, hold on, are you guys sure that you're even in the same reality that I'm in? Because I just got fired, excuse me, I didn't get fired, but I just walked away because they plugged somebody in ahead of me because I did my job. And if I'm taking stock of how things have gone there recently, the reason you're calling me is because the last guy did his job. And I'm pretty much into doing my job. So does it sound like you and I are going to be a good fit here? Good luck.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Listen,
because that's what's tough about what's going on in Boston.
You've got internal candidates that are like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, no,
because they know if you keep your current job title, you're like, yeah, I can keep this job for as long as I want. But if I take that job and if I don't win a championship, if I don't win 2 championships in 4 years, I'm fired. Dave Dombrowski won a championship and they're like, fuck off, dude.
Yep.
Ben Cherington won a championship. They were like, actually, we want to put someone above you. And he's like, well, I quit.
Yeah, and if you're not prepared to start to join the rat race that is the GM turnover cycle, if you don't feel like you're somebody that's going to be established enough to where you'll be able to just start interviewing for these opportunities as they come along consistently.
How has Brian Cashman had the same job for like 30 years now?
Continuity, man. Brands think about things a lot differently, which is why I've always wondered.
If his last name was like Peters, is he still the Yankees GM
instead of the Cash man?
Yeah, like
that's why optics.
Brian Peters is fired in 2002.
Definitely after 04.
Definitely after 04. Yeah, if he makes it out of 02, he's maybe skating on thin ice for not getting the job done in 01 and 03. But after 04, Peters, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yep.
You're not going to be able to live that one down, old Petey boy.
Nope. Trimming that Peter for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's real talk. Like the fact, I was so disappointed to hear that was the approach that Miami was taking with Kim Ng. And I think that just goes to show even further why Derek Jeter removed himself as quickly and as swiftly as he did from that situation, because
he moved himself as swiftly as he removed everyone else that worked there when he showed up.
Well, but I mean,
I heard he got fired low key
got fired. Yeah.
Well, so if he got low key got fired, but inserted or had a lot to do with the insertion of Kim Ng, who then brought them to the postseason. If you're Derek Jeter, you okay with that? Probably. Oh, I'm sorry. I got rid of your god awful fucking statue out there, and you didn't like that.
That's so. We don't talk about that enough, about how this motherfucker came in. Yankee legend comes into the Marlins organization, and one of the first orders of business is this statue pisses me off.
The statue got rid of the fucking fish tank, which was one of the dopest things ever in sports.
Right. Do people take the Marlins more seriously now because the statue isn't there? Like, they have to build it back up now.
They have it outside the stadium. You could still look at it, but they took it outside.
Why would they do that? Just because of Jeets?
Because of Jeets. And he also, remember, and he was talking shit to Marlins man.
Yeah. That's why Marlins man won't go back. Marlins man, everyone's like, oh, what? The Marlins are in the playoffs. Why isn't Marlins man at the Marlins game? Why is he at the Brewers game? It's like, because he doesn't like Jeets.
Hey, you know what? This is a great segue. I mean, because we can talk shit on the Boston Red Sox and what a struggle that's going to be to find somebody to lead that.
You're an A's
rolling wreck of a.
You like the A's?
I'm the announcer.
Yeah, but you like them. And they're fucking terrible, and they're going to be terrible until
I'm not a fair weather fan.
Right. Well, yes, you are. You were a Giants fan when you were born.
That's I was not a fan of anybody when I was born, Jared. You grow into your fandom.
Yeah, well, that's not true.
Yeah.
Some people are born into it, like me. I was born on opening day.
Were you?
Yeah.
Of that year?
Yes.
Oh.
Red Sox Orioles. Guess who? You know
looks like Ellen threw out the first pitch that day, huh?
Oh.
Oh.
The front page of the newspaper of the day that I was born says rocket launches in Baltimore or something like that.
Fucking stop it.
I swear to God. From the day that I was born.
Because Clemens was pitching in Baltimore?
Yes. I swear to God, I'll try.
Do you have the headline? I mean, I believe.
Yeah.
Do you have the headline?
Yeah.
Or do you have that paper?
My mom has it. Yeah. Yeah. Fucking rocket launches on opening day or some shit like that. I know it says rocket launches, and then it has the day that I was born.
From the Saugus Gazette?
No, the Boston Herald. Yeah. And I think the Red Sox lost, and I think Ripken, who was my favorite player growing up, I think he hit the game-winning home run in extra innings. Crazy.
Well, that's just beautiful.
Yeah. Never knew that. It was also the day that Ken Griffey Jr. made his big league debut. Oh, here it is. Rocket launches Sox opener.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Boston Herald.
How romantic.
Monday, April 3rd, 1989. The day the baseball landscape changed forever.
That's beautiful. Thanks for that. Moving on. The Derek Jeter slander that has begun here. I think. Well, you called him a piece of shit human being and a no. I think you said no talent ass clown with zero personality, if I remember correctly, and that's why I was bringing that back up because of your thoughts on how he. Trust me, dude, I was appalled to hear it out of you. Yeah, he didn't want to put the cowboy hat on the other night.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
He didn't want to put the cowboy hat on the other night.
Yeah, that was lame. That was lame.
He comes in, he gets rid. But look, he comes in, he gets rid of the statue. Gone.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like a take down the statue type move. Is
Mr. Marlin? Mr. Marlin.
Big Papi buys you a cowboy hat and you don't put it on. That's crazy. By the way, for anyone at home that doesn't know, my cowboy hat was also purchased by a member of the 2004 Boston Red Sox World Series championship team. Kevin Millar bought me that hat.
And you wore it.
I wear it all the time. And Big
you saw Ben Verlander wear his, and then you started wearing yours.
I listen. I don't think he copied me, but I definitely started wearing it first. Jake, who wore it first?
I think that's been pretty well documented on the spot.
Yeah. I've been wearing it first. So, but it's okay. I'm not going to claim to have invented the cowboy hat, but I'm just saying, am I the first baseball content creator to wear one during the postseason? I think I am. And that's okay. That's okay. Hey, nice fucking Shohei Ohtani Faces t-shirt that you stole from Ben Verlander. You did. Ben had that first.
No, what?
Yes, he did.
Buddy, I got that the day before the giveaways.
He got it 2 days before the giveaways.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. You got it.
I mean, hook, line, and sinker. Got his ass. But either way,
Jeter. That's his MO. You had an issue. You had an issue with him not wearing the cowboy hat.
I did. Yeah, I said it was disappointing. Like Nomar would have worn the hat, and for what it's worth, I said Derek Jeter not wearing the hat. Like, what's your excuse? You don't have hair. Like, it's not gonna like mess your hair up for TV. So he's bald. Like, why? Like, it makes you ask the question: what about the cowboy hat makes you feel so insecure that you can't put it on?
No, you will never. He doesn't want a photo of himself wearing a cowboy hat.
Why?
He just not going to do it. Not going to do it.
What about it?
Well,
What about wearing
think
a
it may
cowboy
be-
hat?
I
Is
thi-
something that
I
you
think
don't
it
want
may
to
be
be
because-
photographed wearing one.
Well, maybe because some of the other company that he might be keeping at the time that might be wearing a cowboy hat. Like, I don't think he would have any problem rocking a cowboy hat with Poppy, right? Probably no problem rocking a cowboy hat with KB.
You think that because A-Rod wore the cowboy hat, he's like, it's no longer cool and I can't wear it?
Like, dude, like let him. He'll yeah. Put it on him.
I saw Nomar today. Gasped. I audibly gasped.
Did you say hi?
No.
Did you still haven't met him?
No, I mean, I met him at the World Series in 2010, but I didn't say hi to him. I just gave him my ticket and he signed it and gave it back to me. I'll never. Yeah, I saw Dan Duquette today, who drafted Nomar, and he came out, shook his hand, talked to him for a little bit, and I was like, you know, Nomar's upstairs, right? And he was like, he is? I was like, yeah, he's by the elevators. He was like, oh. And he just went right back in. He loves Nomar, Dan Duquette. Loves him.
Nomi's a great dude, man.
Former teammate of yours.
Yes, he is a phenomenal. I look forward to seeing that guy at the ballpark so much because it really legitimately is a.
All right, let me ask you this question, Dallas. You know how much I love Nomar. How have you never let me meet him?
I don't know. Well, have we ever? I don't know that we've ever been all at the ballpark together at the same time.
Well, no. Like, did he didn't travel? He would have been back in LA when like the Dodgers were here, right?
Yeah.
Do you have his number?
Hmm?
Do you want to? You should put us in a group.
I can't. Probably can't do
Why not?
that. probably
Dude, do you know how many players from like?
I can't do that to Mia Hamm's husband.
Do you know how many players from back in the day just casually will text me all the time? It's like no big deal. It's like, hey, what's up, bro? Like we're all just like buds, but like for whatever reason, Nomar is like Brad Pitt. Like he's the unattainable.
Yeah, no.
It's because he never comes around. It's because he has Dodger ties now.
Yeah, but I mean, he still knows that he's Nomar.
Yeah,
Like,
no, he knows that. Yeah, he's the man in Boston, but he's not in Boston very often.
No, I mean, I don't know. It's not like I know his schedule, but he doesn't spend a lot of time out there.
No, but he was here today.
Interviewed?
Yeah, that's probably what they were doing. They're just like running people in there.
Well,
Like
I mean, I don't put it past him to
Gabe
show.
Kapler getting interviewed.
I don't put it past him to show some
Fuck
interest.
is that?
They're down to show some interest for sure.
Imagine Gabe Kapler just lathering up Red Sox prospects with coconut butter, whatever the fuck it is that he jerks off with. Wow. What?
See, when you say shit like this too, like, you know, Cap, a buddy of mine, you know, played against him and just
What he literally blogged about that.
I know.
He put that on the internet.
I know. Oh no, that's
it's not like someone stole his diary and like leaked private information. He blogged about it.
No, he's talking about it.
I didn't read that blog.
Yeah. When he got hired as the manager of the Phillies, some reporter was just like, they're like, all right, so what do you think about doing the lineup this way? And then like the next question was like, do you really jerk off with coconut oil or whatever the fuck it is?
I have seen his blog before. It is pretty good.
I mean, hey, don't knock it till you try it. I've never tried it, so I'm not judging him. I'm just saying, like, he really believes in that stuff. And
He was also sunning his balls.
yeah,
He was big on that.
he's got to get the ball.
I don't know. Is that
He needs ball spray. He needs ball spray for sure.
supposed to help? Because you direct energy, UV light on your balls that gets no UV light ever.
UV light on
Ever.
your balls?
Balls and your butthole.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do both. Kapler. You can Google this.
I mean, he's
He
aging tremendously. So there's
Yeah, I mean, look at that guy, dude. You think he doesn't know health? He's straight up the health. He's a healthy guy.
he's a healthy guy.
Got
He suns
great-
his balls in his butt.
Suns is ball. Yeah, he's tan as shit. Wins ball games.
Well, not enough apparently, but I mean, there's some organizations that are looking at him and run the whole fucking ship now. They're just gonna be like, all right, kiddos, you gotta sun your ass and toast those balls.
Holy shit.
He was. Remember then with the Giants, he was like taking the prospects on hikes. Like, we're going to the mountains, dudes. Gotta be men. We go into the mountains.
Going to camp. They're climbing fucking Camelback in spring training, Joe.
That's what they're doing at ASU. Remember, we had Torque on. He told us that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They got Hell Week or whatever they call it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Fucking bury you.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, Kapler's definitely a philosopher.
You think so?
Yeah. You checked out the burger reviews?
No.
Bro.
He
doesn't look like.
But ever see his podcast?
There's a podcast.
The Nightcap. Yeah, where he sits down the Nightcap, where they interview Cap. It's like on the Rangers, the Giants network YouTube channel.
No, I never saw
He
that.
drinks whiskey with the freaking reporter. Talks about life.
I mean,
And they try a new whiskey.
the guy's
whiskey.
brain definitely works on a different frequency than most of us. I just don't know that I want that frequency to be influencing my entire baseball operations during a very pivotal time in the franchise's history.
You're gonna be all right. You're gonna have someone in their right mind running things, Jared.
We'll see. Jake,
Someone
did you
in there.
realize?
Right mind.
Did you realize, Jake,
Clip that.
that if the Red Sox don't win the World Series next year, this will be the longest that we've waited for a World Series since 2004?
It's just far too long.
It is. That's crazy. That's crazy.
All right, we got to take a break and talk about Zyn nicotine pouches. We're always talking about what a team needs to get to number one, but Zyn nicotine pouches are already there. Zyn has helped millions of people achieve lasting change, earning the title of America's number one nicotine pouch. If you're a smoker or you're a dipper looking to make a change, look no further than Zyn. Zyn is made with 6 simple ingredients and is available in a wide range of varieties, including spearmint, citrus, and even coffee. And it's available in 2 strengths so you can control your nicotine satisfaction. Because it's discreet, you can enjoy it anywhere, anytime, so you never have to miss a moment of the game. Plus, every can of Zyn earns you points towards premium items like tailgating gear, top-of-the-line tech, Zyn swag, even gift cards. Find your Zyn at your local convenience store or online at Zyn.com. That's Zyn, ZYN.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
What hints are you dropping over there, Dallas? Right state of mind, or whatever the fuck you just said?
In their right mind.
In their right mind. This is like an escape room clue.
Mm-hmm.
We need Jay here for that.
Yeah.
Someone who's in their right mind. I saw Stephen Wright today. Are they hiring Stephen Wright?
How's old Tiny Dancer doing?
I don't know. I don't like him.
Knuckleballer. Yeah, you had some beef with the knuckleballer.
He had some beef with me. I think it was because I reported that he was getting knee surgery, which was true. And then he blocked me. I was like, all right, dude. Sounds good. Yeah, people get butthurt for the weirdest reasons.
Yeah, that's weird. That's odd.
This is weird. Like, imagine if you needed to have your shoulder operated on and you definitely were getting the surgery and someone reported it, would you be pissed at that reporter?
No.
Like, what are we doing here, dude?
No. Yeah, what are you angry about?
Don't know.
Well, fucking don't tell anybody. Well, you just, what? Wait till you aren't playing?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Jake, when are we back?
If the Phillies close it out in 6, we'll be back on Monday night. If it goes Game 7, we'll be back on Tuesday.
Cool. All right. Sounds good. We'll see you guys either Monday or Tuesday night. Any final thoughts, Joseph?
Nope. See y'all want to see you.
Dallas, any final thoughts?
18, 19 outs for Nasty Nate.
Okay, Jake's takes.
20.
Sunrise is in about 4 hours here in Boston, so just can't wait to wake up and get some sun on those balls.
You're right. Don't be afraid to do it in public, too. It's your right.
Oh, black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Wow.